Good day. For today, we will discuss about definition writing. Definition writing is one of the construct of critical thinking because it fosters cognitive skills of synthesizing, analyzing, and evaluating ideas for it to be a constituent of a definition. Whenever we do definition writing, there is a structure that we can follow for it to become more substantial. The more substantial the definition is, the more it would have weight on justifying its claim. We always start our definition with a topic sentence. The topic sentence of a definition is a clear definition of what is meant by the word, not too broad, not too narrow. On this example, classroom management is being defined as the process employed by teachers to organize and create necessary behavioral conditions of an orderly classroom. The next sentences of the definition writing should be stating and summarizing the characteristics. The characteristics of the word being defined should still be related to the first sentence, which is the topic sentence. For example, in this example, classroom management gives opportunity for students to learn responsibility. It makes learning interactive and it promotes high participation from students. It also practices internal behavior control among students. In these sentences, it is trying to justify the first definition, which is a process employed by teachers to create necessary behavioral conditions. The behavioral conditions being mentioned here are still being emphasized on the second part, which is the characteristics and properties, by saying that it gives opportunity for students to learn responsibility. That's a behavioral condition. Making learning interactive, making it participatory, is also a behavioral condition. Now, to concretize what is meant by the first two parts of the definition, we give example to it. The example should still be in coherence with the characteristics and with the way we define it on the first topic sentence. For example, one example of classroom management is when teachers facilitate students to formulate and establish classroom rules during the first day of classes. Since students are involved in the formulation of rules, students learn responsibility to follow their set of rules by practicing internal behavioral control. That is, students behave accordingly with or without the presence of a teacher inside the classroom. Because the students were the one who set the rules and the teacher just facilitated, students will not feel oppressed and will therefore promote interaction and participation while inside the classroom. All of this contribute to the conditions of an orderly classroom. We could notice that the example given signifies the different behavioral conditions being created and organized by classroom management. Likewise, it reiterated the sense of responsibility and participation being mentioned in the characteristics by putting it into a concrete example on the succeeding part of the paragraph. The next part of the defining statement is to define it by analogy. Analogy would mean to compare it to something that has the same characteristics with it. For example, here it was compared to a rubber band because it stretches and recoils. As a classroom management lets students explore and be flexible in terms of learning, but it recoils if needed to keep students organized, orderly, focused, attentive, and on task. Again, although there is a comparison of it being a rubber band through its flexibility, it goes back to the idea of behavioral condition. The next part is to identify it or define it through genus and species. Genus and species would mean how is it related to other concepts. For example, in this part, classroom management is seen related to the concept of discipline. Although they are not the same, we give emphasis that through the characteristics mentioned on this part of the definition, we can say that it's clearly related to the process of disciplining. The second to the last part of defining would include outlining the process. If on the earlier part we define its characteristics, on this latter part we enumerate how it is done. The last part of the definition writing is to justify why is it done, when will we do it, and for whom it is done for. I hope this have clarified and help you make and understand your own definition writing. Thank you and good day.